Empire Earnings. Build your financial empire.
7 years ago, I thought I was pretty good with money. I had a finance degree. I'd worked in banking. I could literally calculate compound interest in my sleep. On paper, I should have had this all figured out. But here's the thing. Being financially educated and being financially literate, those are two completely different things. And the habits that actually made the biggest difference in my financial life, they weren't complicated at all. They were simple. Small changes, small habits, but compounded over time, they completely transformed how I think about, manage, and grow my money. And in this video, I want to share the exact habits that will make you outrageously financially literate starting today. Not next year, today. These don't require a finance degree. They don't require hours of your time. They just require you to start. Stow. We're going to cover 8 habits. Each one builds on the last. And by the end of this video, I promise your relationship with money will feel completely different. Number 1, match your money with your actual priorities. Not what you think you should spend on. Not what everyone else spends on. Number 2, a monthly money date. Number 3, automate the boring stuff so you actually stick to it. Number 4, start investing early with small amounts. 5, implement one thing you learn immediately, the same day. 6, stop hiding from money conversations. 7, train your brain for long-term thinking. And 8, invest in your own skills. Let's dive in. This is probably the most important habit on this entire list. And honestly, it's something I really wish I had done much, much earlier. For years, I was spending money on things that didn't actually matter to me. I bought clothes I never wore. I went to expensive dinners just because everyone else was going. I spent money on things I barely used because I thought I should be enjoying them. Sound familiar? I bet for a lot of you, it does. Here's the truth. Your money should reflect what you actually care about. Because you work hard for that money, you deserve to spend it on what matters to you. So I did this exercise. I wrote down my top 5 priorities: quality time with people I love, staying healthy, learning new skills, and financial freedom. And then I looked at my bank statement, and there was this massive disconnect between what I said my priorities were and where my money was actually going. I was spending so much money on things that didn't align with my priorities and barely investing anything in the things that mattered most to me. So I flipped the script. More money went towards books, education, better quality food. More went toward fitness and investments, things that actually built the life I wanted. And here's the weird thing. I felt richer even though I was spending the same amount of money. Just redirected, same budget, completely different feeling. So here's what I want you to do. Write down your top 5 priorities in life. Right now if you can, or tonight. Then open your bank statement from the last 30 days and actually look at where your money went. Every single category. I promise you there is almost certainly going to be a gap between what you say you value and where your money is going. And that gap, that's where you start. Closing that gap between your stated priorities and your actual spending, that is, in my opinion, where real financial literacy actually begins. And once you've done that alignment, everything else we're about to talk about becomes so much more powerful because now your money actually means something. Habit number 2, and this one is honestly the easiest habit to implement on this entire list. Once a month, block out 30 minutes for a money date. I know, 30 minutes sounds annoying. It sounds like homework. But I promise you, once you start doing this, you will not want to stop. Here's how the money date works. Once a month, just you, your laptop, your bank statements. No distractions, no phone. Just a focused 30 minutes on your finances. First, review your spending from the last 30 days. Where did your money go? What patterns are you noticing? Are there any surprises? Second, check in on your progress towards your financial goals. Are you getting closer? Are you on track? What needs adjusting? Third, and this is the most important part, set just 1 focus for the next month. Not 10 goals, not a massive financial overhaul, just one thing. It could be save an extra $200 this month, or increase my investing by just 1%, or reduce my takeaway spend by 20%. Just one thing. Here's why this works. When you try to change everything at once, you get overwhelmed. You change nothing. But one clear focus, your brain can actually do that. 30 days, one target. Your brain isn't overwhelmed juggling multiple financial goals at once. And at the end of that month, you actually feel the win. The money date changed how I feel about my finances completely. I used to dread looking at my bank account. Now it's something I actually look forward to. Block it in your calendar right now. Call it whatever makes it feel good. I call mine my money date. Some people call it their finance check-in. Doesn't matter.
Habit 3, and this one is pure relief once you set it up. Automate the basics. Everything you know is going to recur. Automate it. Your savings, your bills, your subscriptions. Make it happen automatically without you needing to think about it. Because let's be honest, when something is boring, we forget to do it. And financial habits that rely on remembering, they break down really fast. Here's what you want to automate. Fixed expenses, they leave automatically right after payday. Savings transfer automatic into a separate account every single month. Recurring subscriptions, the regular stuff you pay for every month, set those on automations too. Just remove the decision-making entirely. Before I automated everything, I had great intentions. I'd plan to save, I'd plan to invest, and then life would happen, and by the end of the month, there was nothing left. And automating removes willpower from the equation. You make the decision once, right now, today, and then you never have to make it again. And the beautiful part, it completely frees up your mental space. You're not constantly thinking, did I transfer my money? Did I pay that bill? When is that due? Once it's set up, you just forget about it. And it keeps working for you in the background, quietly building your financial foundation without any effort from you. Start small. Automate one thing this week. Just one. Maybe it's your savings transfer. Maybe it's paying one recurring bill automatically. Just start somewhere. Habit 4, and this one I could genuinely talk about for hours. Start investing with whatever small amounts you can, as early as possible. The earlier you start, the better. That's it. That is the entire rule of investing. Time in the market will always beat timing the market. Start with low-cost index funds that track entire markets. It is almost impossible to go wrong this way. You don't need to pick winners. You own the whole thing. You don't need a lot to start. Even $25 a month, $50 a month, it builds the habit, it builds the account, and it builds the confidence to keep going. The point isn't the amount when you start. The point is that you start, and you keep going, and every month you try to increase it even by just a little. Habit 5, and this might be the habit that separates people who get better with money from people who just feel better about money. Whenever you watch a video like this one, whenever you read an article, whenever you listen to a podcast about money, pick one thing, just one, and implement it that day. Maybe you hear about a savings account with a better interest rate before that day ends, open it. Maybe you learn a budgeting technique that evening, set it up. Here's the thing, most people consume a ton of financial content, months, sometimes years, watching videos, nodding along, thinking yes, great idea, and then moving on. But nothing actually changes, because information without action is just entertainment. And your financial life doesn't change from entertainment, it changes from action. But when you force yourself to implement one thing immediately, that is what puts you ahead. That's where real progress actually happens, one action at a time. It doesn't have to be massive. Check your credit score, update your CV because that's an investment in your future earnings. Increase your pension contribution by 1%. Small actions done consistently over time, that is what creates outrageously good financial habits. Not the big dramatic overhauls, the small consistent ones. Habit 6, and this one used to make me genuinely uncomfortable. Talking about money. Whether it was with friends, with family, with my partner, the topic just felt awkward and taboo, like there was this unspoken rule that we shouldn't discuss it. 62% of Americans don't talk about money with family or friends. That's wild to me, because the same research shows that 66% believe it's key to financial freedom. So there's this massive disconnect. We know talking about money matters. We know it builds wealth, but we're all too uncomfortable to actually do it. All of us. I had to push past this. And it genuinely made such a difference once I did. I started having real conversations about money with people I actually trusted. Not in a showing off way, not in a competitive way, but in a genuine, learning-focused, collaborative way. That distinction really matters. I'd ask friends what they were investing in. I'd talk openly with my partner about our financial goals. I'd ask people I trusted about how salaries compared. And what you find is that a lot of people are actually really open to talking about money, if you approach it the right way. Because everyone has questions. Everyone has made mistakes. So start small. Next time you're with a friend, just try something casual. Like, I've been thinking about my budget lately. How do you manage yours? What app do you use? You don't have to share exact numbers if that feels uncomfortable. Just start the conversation. That's it. The rest follows naturally. The more you talk about money, the less scary it feels. And the more you learn from other people's experiences, their strategies, their mistakes, the faster you progress. Habit 7. This one is a bit different because it's more of a mindset shift than a specific action, but it is absolutely essential. We live in a world of instant gratification. Want something? You can order it now. Hungry? Food arrives in 20 minutes. Bored? Endless entertainment at your fingertips. Building wealth is the exact opposite. Financial success is about playing the long game, making choices today that your future self in 5, 10, 20 years will genuinely thank you for. When I first started investing, it was so hard to watch money leave my account every month, knowing I shouldn't touch it for years.
My brain was just screaming, use that money now. So I had to actively reframe how I thought about this. Instead of seeing delayed gratification as a sacrifice, but I started seeing it as a gift to my future self. Every dollar I invest now, that's buying me more freedom, more options, more security. Every time I skip an impulse purchase and save instead, I'm literally paying my future self. Here's a trick that really helped me. I would visualize my future self, not in some vague, abstract way. Really think, who do I want to be in 5 years, in 10 years? What does that version of you need? What does she or he thank you for doing today? And when you think about it like that, suddenly saying no to things in the short term doesn't feel like deprivation anymore. It almost feels like an act of self-love, like genuinely putting yourself first. Long-term gratification isn't about suffering now to enjoy later. It's about recognizing that your future self is just as important as your present self. And once you start making choices that honor both the version of you today and the version of you 10 years from now, everything shifts. Everything. And habit 8, this one is genuinely one of my favorites. And it might feel like spending, but I want you to think of it as investing. For years, I was so hesitant to spend money on my own learning. I'd think, why would I pay for a course when I could just watch YouTube for free? But what I realized is this: the best investment you can ever make is not in stocks, it's not in property, it is in yourself, your skills, your knowledge, your capabilities. If you spend $500 on a course that helps you earn an extra $1,000 a year, that isn't an expense. That is a 200% return on investment. My rule is simple. I'm willing to spend on learning as long as I can clearly articulate how that skill benefits me. If I can't explain it, I don't buy it. It doesn't have to be expensive, a $39 online course, a book, an hour with someone who has a specific skill you need. Be intentional. Pick skills that actually move the needle. Video editing courses, writing courses, business courses. Some of these directly increased my income, others just made me better at what I do, but all of them were worth it. But, and this is important, don't just randomly buy courses and never complete them. Be intentional. Pick skills that genuinely align with where you want to go. The skills you build, they are the only thing that truly can't be taken from you. Economies crash, investments drop, companies fail, but your knowledge, that's yours, forever. So those are the 8 habits. Match your money with your priorities. Monthly money date. Automate everything. Start investing early. Implement one learning immediately. Stop hiding from money conversations. Train your brain for long-term thinking. And invest in your own skills. None of these are complicated. None of them require you to be a financial expert. They just require you to decide that your financial future matters enough to act on. It's not about being perfect. It's not about having it all figured out. It's about getting started and learning as you go. That's it. That is literally it. Before I go, I want to say something. If you are someone watching this and thinking, I know there's more out there for me. I know there's a bigger life than the one I'm living right now. Please, please listen to that voice and take action on it. Align your money with your life goals. Make some short-term sacrifices. Work hard now, because making a few hard decisions today can genuinely mean you play for the rest of your life. Getting your money in check can completely change the quality of your life. And on that note, thank you, genuinely. If you've been watching this channel for a while, if this is your first video, welcome and thank you. Your support, your comments, your messages, they genuinely mean everything. Building this community has been one of the best parts of my year. I mean that. Quick favor before you go, if this video added any value, please hit the like button. It genuinely helps this content reach more people who need it. And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the bell. I post every single week. And next week, I have a video coming that I am genuinely very excited about. It is on the exact asset classes, stocks, bonds, property, cash, and how to build the right mix for your specific goals and timeline. Don't miss it. One more thing, drop a comment below. Tell me which of these 8 habits you're gonna start with. Or tell me which one you already do. I read every single one. And if you know someone who's been thinking about getting their finances together, please share this video with them. It could be the thing that finally gets them started. Honestly, thank you for spending this time with me. I don't take it for granted. In a world of infinite content, you chose to spend time here. That genuinely means a lot. I hope this has been useful. I hope it gives you some practical things to go away and actually do. And I hope to see you back here next week. All right, that's everything from me today. Thank you, and I'll see you next week. Take care.